As we know, has a very unique gift in which he can seal the power of a spirit in his own body once certain conditions have been met. Now, this power was given to him by the spirit of origin, Mio Takamiya. Mio was the product of Westcott, Woodman, and Mather's dream to create a new world and their experimentations regarding spirits. This all took place 30 years prior to the main events of the Data Live series. Spacequakes were inevitable upon her creation, and after one said spacequake, she was found and approached by a young boy named Shinji Takamiya. Shinji took care of Mio. He gave the naked girl his jacket and brought her home to look after her. In her time in Shinji and his sister Mana's care, she quickly gained knowledge of the world by reading books, listening to the radio, watching TV, and eventually learned to speak. It was here that Shinji named this girl Mio Takamiya. Mio was so overjoyed that she cried, and she and Shinji spent a lot of time together. He would take her into town, and one day whilst they were in an arcade, he won her a cuddly toy from a crane game and explained what it was to like someone, to which Mio stated that she liked him. Now, this outcome was obviously inevitable. This guy was there for her when she needed it most. He looked after her, taught her of the world, and of course gave her a name. Their relationship grew stronger and stronger over time, and the two would eventually go on their first date. Now, it wasn't just Shinji that Mio had bonded with. Mio and Shinji's sister Mana also became very close friends. And this story is unfortunately not a happy one, as DEM eventually found the location of their lost spirit and cornered Mio and Shinji. Westcott revealed that they had abducted Mana and that he would trade her for Mio. Now, the two tried to run away, but Shinji was shot in the chest by Westcott, who had brought a gun with him. As you can imagine, this caused Mio's power to explode in a fit of rage, allowing her to escape with an unconscious Shinji. Mio tried everything within her power to heal his wounds, but Shinji just wouldn't wake up. Unfortunately, Shinji had died. Mio was distraught, and in this moment realized just how much he meant to her, and also decided what she wanted to do. She kissed Shinji, turning him into light, and absorbed him into her own body. Now, by doing this, Mio was going to recreate Shinji and resurrect him by nurturing him in her womb and giving birth to him. Mio's goal was to entrust her power to Shinji so that upon his rebirth, the two would become eternal lovers together. The problem with this is that Shinji was of course human, and the body of a human is too frail to accept that much power at once. So what she decided to do was to give him the ability to absorb other spirits' powers. Upon doing this, she would then split and divide her own power into Cliffer crystals that she would bond with other humans in order for Shinji to one day seal. During this process, Mio eventually gave birth to Shinji and left him to be adopted by the Itsuka family, while she continued to purify the Cliffer crystals into Sephra crystals. So with that knowledge in mind, Shido Itsuka as we know him is actually Mio Takamiya's attempt to reconstruct her lover and one day be with him again. I think this is some super powerful stuff, and it's really interesting to see how Mio starts to lose herself in the process too. I personally think this information regarding Shido adds so much more to the Data Live story and turns it from this pretty fun dating sim with a sprinkle of action into a full tragedy about Mio losing the one she loves and how she will go to any means to bring him back, no matter the consequence, because let's face it, it does seem like she has been pretty consumed by all of these emotions. I also think it's really interesting that Westcott seems to have some knowledge on Shido's true identity, as he has referred to Shido as Takamiya on a few occasions. But what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section below. And there we go, that was Shido's origins and true identity. Would you like to see more Data Live videos? I'm thinking of ranking the spirits weakest to strongest and maybe looking into Data Live